What is up, you guys? My name is Austin Marks and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So on my channel I talk about respiratory therapy, I talk about respiratory therapy school, I talk about how to do better in school in general. I also talk about personal finance, so if you want to see any of that, make sure you like and subscribe. So in today's video I'm going to be going over how I prepare for finals, how you can prepare for finals, how you can study effectively, and how you can reduce the stress. So it's the end of April and it's the perfect time to start studying for finals because finals is generally within the first 2 weeks of May. So my tip number one is to go ahead and make a plan, because when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you want to know when your final is going to be, what day it's going to be, how many days you have to study, what is going to be on your test, how many hours per day do you have to study, what days you're going to study. You just want to kind of have that all planned out. That way you can actually have a plan. Because if you're just going with the flow, most times you're going to study when you feel like it, and you're only going to get about half the studying done that you should be if you didn't have a plan. I'm telling you guys right now that this helps reduce most of the stress because you know exactly what you're going to be studying each day. You know how much you're going to be studying. That way it doesn't come 2 days before the final and you realize, oh crap, I have 8 more chapters I need to study. And then my second tip is to go ahead and understand the test format. So what is the test going to be like? What is your final going to be like? Is it going to be a lot of essays, multiple choice, open-ended questions? If you have a lot of essays on your test or on your final, I would highly suggest writing some essays yourself. So if I'm in a biology class and it says, tell me this, this, and this, I want to go ahead and write an essay on it. Even though that may not be on my final, I just have that practice. If your final consists of a lot of fill in the blanks, multiple choice, I highly suggest the app Anki. So what this does is it's basically an app that you download on your phone, and it mixes flashcards along with spaced repetition. So these two techniques together are just fantastic for helping you memorize different definitions, different words, different concepts. So I have a whole different video talking about how I study, how I used Anki, and how it has benefited me greatly throughout my schooling career. I do also have a whole nother video talking about my test taking tips. So if you have a test that's full of multiple choice, I would go ahead and watch this video because it just talks about how you can execute the multiple choice test and you can get the best grade possible. I'll make sure to go ahead and leave a link to that video in the description below. So another huge mistake that many students make is they don't understand that there's a way of passive learning and active learning. So passive learning would be just kind of reading all your chapters over again and not really taking in that information. You could be watching this video and forget about it in a week. However, if you write down a few notes, you're going to remember it for probably a month or two. So that same concept goes to with studying. So you want to make sure that you're using the same concepts that Anki uses. You want to use flashcards. You want to use spaced repetition. You want to write down your notes in your own words. You don't just want to look over all your notes again for the whole semester, because that will benefit you a little bit, but it's not going to benefit you as much as if you wrote it down in your own words. And my tip number 3 is to go ahead and take as many practice exams as possible. So this goes with any test, not just your finals. You want to go ahead and take as many practice tests as you can, because studies have shown that the more practice tests you take, the more likely you're going to do better on the actual exam itself. So anyway, I hope this video helps you. I hope you all do great on your finals, and make sure you leave that thumbs up and subscribe. See you in the next one.